knocks off Mercy off the map. That's huge. CSP can't really push out without this Mercy here.
Yeah, so CSP, they're going to have to wait a little bit, you know, and with this point already at 86%, this is very well going to be CSP's last fight, but the Grey Wolves doesn't look like they're going to give them a chance. They're rushing in. They dropped that Lucio beat preemptively, and now they're just raining down ults on CSP. We saw Fractal trying to get a nice lift off there to try and open the doors for his team, but it just, in the end, was not enough. The ult usage there for the Grey Wolves just wiping out the CSP squad, and a commanding 1-0 lead on this first map in Nepal.
Yeah, the CSP Bears there just not able to react fast enough to the positioning changes on the Lourdes esports crew, and it looks like we have a switch on the CSP Bears side. We have Fractal switching to Reinhardt, and we have Soaring switching to Diva. And also Atlas is switching to Lucio, so they're looking to basically a little more aggressive here without the Sigma. They're looking to just push in, get as fast as possible, start swinging with that Reinhardt and capture this point here.
Yeah, and we've seen CSP really favor this Reinhardt with the Reaper comp on this village map. You know, because when unlike the last portion of the map, this one you can actually defend point rather well, and Reinhardt really specializes in that. So let's see, CSP, they are in the high ground here, but with that shield falling, Fractal gets sniped by Shinsei's Genji, and getting 3 kills with the Dash Blade. Excellent DPS play from the side of the Grey Wolves.
Yeah, CSP went in that room thinking that they were going to get a nice position, a nice little window to look out, and it was their death trap. I mean, the Lourdes Esports was able to take advantage of that little room very well, and just kind of, you know...
Yeah, well, CSP, they went up there, and they were able to walk through. You know, the Grey Wolves got set up first, but they were just able to slowly chip away at Fractal's shield, and considering the DPSs on the side of the Bears are much more focused on getting up close and personal, once that shield fell and they got that first pick on Fractal, they were able to just take care of the rest. And CSP this time, they opt to go on the low ground. They're able to get onto this point, but just the same story. Once they get in, once that shield falls, it's just easy pickings for the Grey Wolves DPS players.
Yeah, and Reinhardt, as you said, is very strong in this map, but that fight just showed that he also has a weakness, which is he can't protect both sides at once, and the Lourdes Esports took advantage of that, as well as breaking the shield with their composition, which can afford to flank both sides because their tanks aren't really focused on protecting the other players quite as much.
And Shark falls. Excellent Roadhog play from Majink there, taking out the main healer for CSP, and this is going to delay CSP's push in. Before they left their spawn, we see Rachel switched onto the McCree, trying to, you know, even the ranged damage ability, because, you know, they were just kind of getting picked apart. The Grey Wolves, they did such a good job just letting CSP push in until they were whittled down enough to finally jump in for that kill strike. This might allow CSP to also compete in that poke damage and, you know, get a couple kills before they get collapsed upon. And here we get Shinsei is dropping the blade, going in, getting some damage, and then the Lucio beat drop will stop any of the Grey Wolves heroes from falling. Just big damage from the side of the Grey Wolves, and they only had to use 2 ults there. They've got 3 more for this last defense duel. I think they're in a really good spot.
Yeah, Grey Wolves knew there that they had to pop their ults before. The way CSP wins that fight is by using their ultimates, and Grey Wolves popped theirs before and took advantage. But here CSP looking to use their window very effectively.
They're using the window. Fractal got dangerously low there, but thanks to the Transcendence from Hawkwaffle, going to be keeping a lot of those Grey Wolves heroes alive. Majink had the whole hog here. He's on the point, but CSP are able to wall themselves in. Let's see if they can stay alive. They are currently at a numbers disadvantage, but if they can keep this going, they will capture the point, but they just have heroes falling, 2 fall, and then there goes the rest. CSP, their tanks are there, but that's not going to be enough. The Grey Wolves recapture the point. You know, let's take an order. Fractal's diving in there, seeing if he can get there in time, and is not able to, gets booped before he can roll onto the point, and Lourdes wins the first map.
Yeah, I think one of the big issues CSP had there is if you're going to rely on brawling in close quarters, you have to have a way to deal with the Hog, and the Hog was just able to click people's heads with that giant shotgun and just rip through them.
Very
also
true, and yeah. And Shinsei, let's see that triple kill. Oh my goodness. The thing you have to note there with Genji is that every time Genji gets a kill, his blade dash resets. So as you saw, he was able to jump in, got a kill with it, and then jump back out, taking out 2 more CSP heroes on the way. Excellent play and a well-deserved play of the game.
Yeah, I mean, what I said about the Hog might be true, but I mean, after that Genji play, the Genji might have been one of the more main factors, possibly.
Yeah, so CSP, they're going to have to go back to the drawing board here for the cart payload map of their choice, and I believe that will be Junkertown, and we will have that. Let's see if CSP can bounce back after a short little break.
Now entering.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Quick amendment to the statement I made before break. Looks like there was a little bit of confusion. The map pick will in fact be King's Row. CSP, they've had a lot of success on this map. They've chose it. They've decided this is where they want to make their stand, down 0-1 against the Grey Wolves.
Yeah, and it looks like I mean, the confusion isn't just shared by Yuhans. I was also confused because it looks like we may have the order of our previous matches may have been a little confused, but just to be sure, I double checked the rules, and the order is control point, payload, or sorry, control point, hybrid, payload, assault, and then control point again. So that will be the order going forward of these games. And this is the second point. This is a hybrid map. We have King's Row here. CSP's.
One of these days.
I don't want to speak for them, but it's one of their favorite maps so far. I think that's safe to say. They love the Fractal Ryan. They got their first win on this map 2 weeks ago, I believe. They're going with the Fractal Ryan. They're going with the Atlas Lucio, and that specific combination is going to be looking at just running at the enemy as fast as possible and getting that first pick. On the other side of things, we have it looks like they're essentially trying to do the same thing on Lourdes Esports. So
yeah, for sure. And you know, a little bit of a different lineup. We see Shark on the healer support here, and with that, you know, that's a little bit different. We're used to seeing Shark on Junkrat on this map, but CSP deciding they want Shark on the healer, keeping the tanks alive, but yeah, that's not going to happen when CJ can charge Fractal out of the picture, taking him out, and the rest of the CSP heroes, they're easy pickings when the shield is gone.
Yeah, excellent charge there by CJ. You usually don't see Ryan's being able to charge like that unless there's a Mei in the game, and he was just able to take advantage of that quick angle and get rid. That's just huge. That also means he's going to have Shatter much sooner than Fractal on the Ryan, which is...
Yeah, Fractal only at 12% in UL. CJ already at 54. That could be big in this next fight if they can get that charge in time. Oh, Majink, those sticky mines getting 2 kills. Getting those kills as he dies, but that's going to be enough to stop CSP from pushing any further. They're going to have to regroup a little bit.
They may also try to push it now. Majink is still coming back. They have a window here if they choose to take it, but it looks like they are going to just wait it out a little bit. It is important to note that Shark has the nano boost here.
Yeah, it looks like they decide to use it. Fractal's going in there with all of that energy behind them, but the Transcendence from Blizz is going to keep a lot of that damage from going through. The nano boost wears off and Fractal gets taken out. That Zenyatta on the side of the Grey Wolves doing excellent that fight, getting the Transcendence healing out and then wrapping up, dealing some big damage there, killing some CSP bears.
Yeah, huge plays by Biz on boards. But Fractal has Shatter here. He's going to be looking for that Shatter.
Yeah, let's see. Both Shatters up, and it looks like it comes out from CJ, not able to get what they wanted. We had a great antibiotic grenade there from CSP, but with Fractal being pushed back and getting taken out, it's just the same story. His DPSs don't have that shield to hide behind, and when they're used to playing with that Reinhardt, once that gets taken away, the Grey Wolves heroes can just sit from behind their Reinhardt shield and just deal some big damage.
Fractal got pushed back right as he clicked Q, which is always really, it's just rough if you're playing Reinhardt. I mean, it's almost luck at that point. I don't think you can read that. As the Soldier ult is popped here.
You know, let's see if they're gonna be able to get anything. This, you know, I feel like this may have been used a little early, but the Biotic Grenade getting the kill on Biz. Let's see what they manage to do with this. We have another Nano Boost coming out that is on Fractal, but Fractal's getting forced back. He just doesn't have the team or the damage to push through this choke point, and, you know, that Nano Boost going to waste a little bit. They also dropped the visor, not really able to push through here using that. That's, you know, tough to see considering that the Grey Wolves are going to have 2 ults for this next fight, Jules.
60 seconds.
Oh, and an excellent Shatter taking down Fractal for a little bit, but, you know, the Grey Wolves didn't really capitalize on this. I think Atlas was jumping around in the back line, does get punished for it. CSP, without their Lucio, they can't really run through this. They just need all of their heroes up to give this a good push, to give this a good effort, and that just, so far, they've only really managed to do that a couple times.
Yeah, I think what CSP are going to look to do here, possibly, is just save up all their ults and go for... Actually, they only have 30 seconds, so never mind. I think they just have to go now. They have to use all their ults at once. They have to get a pretty big bomb, and they can't let Reinhardt die.
Yeah, we see Biz preemptively dropping the Transcendence, trying to keep the team alive. Here comes the Diva Bomb, comboed with the nano-boosted Drago, dropping the Death Blossom, but CSP are coming up a little empty. Let's see if this can deal some damage. There it goes. quick DPSs from the side of the Bears get taken out, and the Grey Wolves, they're just setting back. They let CSP drop the ults. The Transcendence came out early enough to stop anyone falling initially, and they're able to wrap up really well there.
Yeah, they're able to properly rotate away from the ultimate abilities and focus the appropriate targets very fast. At the same time, I don't know if you noticed, Hans, but I was really excited because Soaring was able to actually remech on top of the enemy Reinhardt, and that was that was one of CSP's few kills that match, but it was kind of exciting. They had a chance there for a second, I think. But
yeah, that's definitely a cheeky way to get a kill in Overwatch. That's gotta be one of the most difficult ways to get a kill now that I think about it. It's
I was surprised
you really have
let
to
it
get the timing right.
Yeah.
And with that, you know, CSP, I think they used the Death Blossom, they used the Nano Boost that last fight. They also used the Diva Bomb. They didn't really get too many kills from that, you know?
No, I think, you know, as I said before, Lourdes was just able to rotate back effectively, and the biggest example, I think, is when Fractal was nanoed, and he just had to back up right away because they were focusing him too hard. They're just very coordinated. So
yeah, and I mean, if we go even further back to the first time Fractal got nanoed, it was the same case of the Grey Wolves just doing a great job backing up. Let CSP gain ground until they lose a little steam, overextend themselves, and then they can all jump on the back line, take out Fractal when he goes a little too far in and his team's not there. That's what they need to do, and looks like the Grey Wolves here, they're running a very quick comp, Jules.
yeah, and Doomfist gets picked off instantly, but he does some good damage, and the Mercy is picked off. That's the biggest pick you can possibly ask for.
Yeah, you know, these Grey Wolves heroes, they're so quick. They can jump right onto the CSP backline. Looks like these teams are trading about evenly now, but with those healers from the side of CSP falling, they just weren't able to get on that point. And Lourdes, they're able to take it. One tick was all they needed, and they win the second map of this match.
Yeah, a rough map loss for CSP there, but not much you can do when the Lourdes rotation was so effective and their focusing was just phenomenal.
Yeah, and that time we kind of saw the unfortunate reality of not getting a single tick on this first capture point, because CSP, they weren't allotted the same luxury as the Grey Wolves. They didn't have the opportunity to back up, let the Grey Wolves run out of steam, and then jump on some heroes, because all the Grey Wolves really needed was that one tick, and it happened so fast. And CSP, unfortunate for them, they've had a lot of success on King's Row in the past, but they're not able to recreate some of that magic. See where they go next, and I believe it's going to be Junkertown. It seems to be the payload map of choice for the Bears. And with that, you know, we like, there's some very familiar comps for CSP they like to run on this map, right, Jules?
Yeah, on Junkertown, I think. I mean, didn't they? I think they liked the Rhine. We saw the Junkertown last week. I don't know if we saw it the week before, but they liked the. Didn't they run the Rhine on the Junkertown?
They also. I also saw them run the Roadhog on Junkertown in the past.
That's right. You know, that's right.
That has had some mixed success. I think Soaring has done an excellent job in the past on that Roadhog, and they could be looking to do that here. But, you know, only time will tell. We'll have to see what they decide to actually roll out a spawn with.
Yeah, kind of give Lourdes a taste of their own medicine, hopefully, with that Roadhog pick. Because Soaring was, as you said, was very effective with it before. I wonder if they'll opt for it because of the sniper-oriented playstyle of this map. Hooking, you know, going for the hooks against those snipers, forcing them to only peek can be very effective. But it looks like they actually won't go with the Roadhog here. They're going to go with the Ball Sigma, which is kind of an unconventional tank composition. These two heroes kind of do opposite things. You know, Fractal on the ball is going to be looking to dive in, while Sigma is more defensive.
Yeah, with that, CSP, I think it's going to be on Drago and Fractal. We see the Grey Wolves are running a Widowmaker. It's going to be on them to be able to jump on that and shut that down. We've had the past really struggle with dealing with the Widowmaker here on their first attack. You know, we saw that Widowmaker caused them much trouble in the past, and, you know, there we go. Majink almost falls, and Fractal jumping in, disrupting the Grey Wolves. You know, that's exactly what CSP needs to do. but they need to get someone on that point. That cart's not really pushing too far right now. But Jink able to get the headshot on Rachel. Just excellent job there from Widow. If you got a Widow that's hitting shots, can nail those headshots, that's a one-hit kill. Nothing the supports can do to keep you alive there. That's all you need to do to win. And Fractal getting picked off in the backline. Looks like the Grey Wolves, they only were really dealing with 3 CSP heroes, and they were able to jump on those with their numbers advantage and do pretty well for themselves.
Yeah, a big part of this game is how much pressure. You're gonna want to look at how much pressure the Grey Wolves can put on the Sigma here, because the Sigma has the shield, is able to protect the rest of his team from the snipers.
Yep, very true. And Fractal, unfortunately, getting kicked off again. He just got hit with that huge biotic grenade. And here we come, Hawkwaffle gets 2 kills, drops the D.Va bomb on top of another 2. That's 4 kills for Hawkwaffle there, completely shutting down CSP, and they're back in their spawn.
Yeah, CSP are going to be looking for the Nano here, though. They have the Nano. I don't know what the ideal target is for this composition. I imagine something like, you want the Nano Visor or the Nano Blade, ideally, but they're a long way off. So I'm not sure what they're going to do about that here. They have to make decisions.
And looks like, in fact, the Grey Wolves are going to be the ones dropping the Nano Boost, comboing with Shinsei's Dragon Blade, Nano Blade, just big damage, just wiping out the CSP squad. That's a really tough one to deal with, especially without any ults of their own to really counter that very well. So they kind of had to back up a little bit there.
Yeah, I mean,
it's Nano Boosted here as he's rolling back. That's kind of a lot of that Nano Boost time is going to go to waste. Let's see if Fractal jumping in, dropping the mine, manages to get the kill on Mango, but getting very low. Has to be so careful not to die there, and is able to get out, you know, making the most of that Nano Boost for sure.
They do get the res, though, which is huge.
Yeah, and with that res, the numbers are back on the side of the Grey Wolves, and with Majink taking off Drago, CSP, they're at a little bit of a numbers advantage. Let's see if Fractal can go in and get some kills. We have the Gravitic Flux coming out from CSP. Let's see what they can do with it. Trying to get some damage in, but no kills coming so far. CJ coming in with the Wrecking Ball of the Bears' own, or the Grey Wolves' own, and able to get the kill there. And man, this is just flying around, actually getting a Mercy kill, Combat Mercy. Love to see it there. Gets that kill after damage boosting both of the heroes that got the kills on the Bears. Excellent job there from the Grey Wolves. Only a minute left for CSP to push in, and man, I think this has to be at least the 3rd time McKean's gotten that kill on Rachel Soldier. That's gotta be tough.
Yeah, and as you saw before, the Sigma actually solo ulted the Widow last fight, so that shows their feelings towards the Widow right now.
No, and Drago almost able to get the kill on that Nano Boosted Genji, but the flashbang plus the hip fire is just not enough when that Nano Boost.
Those 2 kills are kind of huge.
Oh, those kills are huge for CSP, and they're pushing in. CSP, looks like the Grey Wolves are a little split up. Let's see if they can capitalize on this. Rachel's Visor does come down, taking out Mango. That's a big kill here. Let's see. CSP, they're still together. They're pushing this point. They got to be very careful of the mines here. Fractal, very low, almost died rolling in through the mines. Does get punished. Hawkwaffle, able to get that kill. And this is about even here. CSP, if they can get some picks, they'll have it. But Biz, excellent support play as always, taking out Drago. And Majink comes in, takes out Shark from that high ground. And CSP, they don't have the numbers. Fractal rolling in, trying to get the touch for overtime. Can't do it. Great hold from the Grey Wolves.
Score.
CSP definitely had a chance for a second there. I think the Grey Wolves got a little too cocky. They got a little too far out with the Widow and the Mercy, and the Widow got picked, and the Mercy tried to res also got picked, and that could have easily been a first point for the Bears. Unfortunately, they weren't able to regroup, and the mines definitely did not make it easy, Hans.
Oh, for sure, and you know they were so close at that last second. They could have gotten that touch to overtime as well. You know, you never know what could have happened in that fight, but you know what we've seen so far on this Junkertown, it seems a lot of times when the fights kind of devolved, CSP, when they've even had like a numbers advantage, just the smaller engagements they seem to be losing there when the team gets down to like 3 versus 3, right? It just seems like the Grey Wolves are doing a much better job prioritizing their target, right? Capitalizing on low heroes and, you know, going for the kill when they need to.
Yeah, and I think that comes down to like, yeah, their coordination and their just speed at picking targets and be able to... their time to kill might be a little higher as well, just because, you know, they're just playing very efficiently right now, I think.
Let's see. So CSP, they've got to have a really good defense here. What are we seeing from their lineup in their hopes to, you know, keep their dreams alive this match?
Yeah, so we're seeing, like, a similar lineup to before, where it's looking like Fractal's looking to kind of go in, dive with the ball, and Soaring on the Sigma's looking to shield their team from the Widow.
And man, we see that Wrecking Ball Genji combo coming out from the Grey Wolves. The Wrecking Ball booped them in the air, and then the Genji did the rest. So CSP, they're very low on numbers. Fractal's so low, trying to get back to his team to stay alive, but at 49 health, there ain't much you can do. CJ capitalizing on that kill, and this cart is hurtling towards that checkpoint, and that's all the Grey Wolves need to win. CSP, they're going to have to hurry back. They're going to have a tough time really rallying here and getting to a point where they can mount a good offense. They're going to have to push through this door, and I don't know if the Grey Wolves are going to let them.
No, yeah, it's gonna be very hard here.
Yeah, especially with Fractal and Shark
yeah.
both falling, that's going to make that even more difficult.
And the Mercy gets bladed right as she goes for the res.
Yeah, and here we have the mines on the point. It's going to be very hard for CSP to jump in. We see the last remnants of them falling, trickling away from that cart, and Lourdes University with the win on Junkertown, getting the 3-0 sweep.
Yeah, Lourdes University this game not really taking any chances here. There's really one point where I think CSP Bears had significant momentum, but yeah, Lourdes University were just showing that they how much they really want that top 3 spot in this tournament, and you know, bringing it their all today.
Yeah, for sure, and a well-deserved win for Lourdes University. Well, you know, that was a little disappointing, but we've got a great night of CSP Esports planned for you. The League of Legends team will be playing at 7 o'clock as well as 8:30. The blue team at 7 o'clock will be playing Kettering University, and the gold team will be playing Indiana University at 8:30. Tune in if you're a League of Legends fan or just a general fan of CSP Esports. It has been a pleasure casting for you all this evening. My name's Hans.
I'm Jules.
Have a great night, everyone.
Good night.